Hi there, Will here, and today we continue our journey through rural South Africa. As you can likely tell, we are not currently in rural South Africa. That is because I have a few things I need to mention before we get going there. Namely, some of the film that I developed was misdeveloped by the lab and thus will never exist, which is truly unfortunate. All of the Velvia, well, 4 rolls of the Velvia no longer exist, which on the day that it occurred was an immensely distressing thing, as you can imagine, because it's an 8-hour trip out to where I photographed these, and I'm never going to be able to remake some of them, but I guess that is a risk one takes when shooting film. And the second thing I need to mention is that all of the video footage is filmed with the GoPro attached to the waist level finder of my RB and is thus not particularly aesthetically appealing. But on this day, I decided that I'd put the emphasis on the photographs as opposed to filming me making the photographs, just because I am first and foremost a photographer and photographers need to take good photographs. With that being said, let us continue our little expedition through Aberdeen in rural South Africa.
Got some Velvia loaded in here. I'm very dubious of its efficiency or efficacy for this current situation, but you never know. 125 f8. Oh, I guess we'll just hope for the best. I don't know why I chose Velvia. Actually, I do know why I chose Velvia. I chose Velvia because I thought today was going to be a miserable cloudy day and I might as well try and get all the saturation possible out of that which is going on around me, but the weather forecast has been as perfect as it usually is, so I suppose the flare is a creative effect these days. So. I just blasted through all of Velvia, so hopefully it was worth it, otherwise I'm going to be peeved. Highlights f8, shadows f4, we'll hit a 5.6. Bam. 1 frame left, maybe we should take a picture of people. Goeiemorgen. So jullie vreeslik omgee as ek julle afneem. Ek wil 'n foto neem van die land en die mense wat voor dit staan, maar ek wil nie dit neem sonder om julle te vra nie. Sal dit alright wees of? Dis doodreg. Okay, julle kan net so staan. Ek gaan net gou seker maak dat die lig reg is, maar dit is perfek. Net soos julle nou staan is ongelooflik. Hierdie is net om gou te sien wat die lig sê sodat ek alles reg opstel. Sal tel en dan neem 1 2 3. Perfect. Baie dankie. Well, that was the roll of Velvia. I just blasted through. Should have saved it all for people, to be honest. People are much more interesting than buildings and dawn like. Even if they are 100-year-old buildings. Even if. I've changed film now, so I feel I just need to share it with the world. That Velvia, as with other Fuji films, still has this glorious maneuver going on where you don't have to lick things to get them to lock up, and doing this with gloves on is harder than one would think. Okay. Hopefully this is still self-adhesive. Yes, okay, there you go, Velvia. Shout out to Velvia. Now before I do anything else, I'm going to adjust my ISO to 400 because we're putting the portrait vibes in, and I guess I'm going to have to take my gloves off for this because I don't really feel like standing around here for half an hour trying to get a roll of film into the back of the camera. I'll have to film myself putting film into my camera one day so that you can see what it looks like, because you've never seen it before, I'm sure. Me and my bush up in the club. That looks real nice. Easy as that. Gospel. Gotta love some gospel radio. Thank you. I appreciate it greatly. Should I go take a picture of Carl? I might just, to be honest, although I think that's someone's yard. And as you might have guessed, people's yards around here generally have dogs in them. It is such a sick picture though. Thank you to whoever opened the window while I was standing in the yard and didn't freak out. It's probably quite rude of me to have done that, but it really is an interesting scene. I don't think I did it much justice though. I should have got down lower. Is he gonna bark? Is he not gonna bark? Is he gonna bark? Is he not gonna bark? There's the answer. Hopefully the Velvia turned out good, even though there's no way to have it developed here yet, but I'm betting on the fact that it's going to be able to be developed soon. And I suppose I'll keep shooting portrait for now. See what vibes the world throws at us. I reckon when it gets closer to 8, people will start going for their morning walk and we might get a couple of nice portraits. Oh, look at that. I don't know if it's a picture, but dead tree, living trees? Dead town, living town? No, not a picture, but cool nonetheless. Ooh. There's a purple iron foot bath there, which is also apparently one of the priests lives here. What a little place for a priest to live, isn't it? Goedemorgen. Is jullie vreselijk haastig? Kan ik een van jullie zijn foto nemen? Net voor die boom. Dat is een baie mooi prankje. Enige iemand. Wil al wel of allemaal? Allemaal hier niet. Staan een beetje rechterkant toe. Is Engels beter? Engels of Afrikaans? Oh, Engels. Oh, okay. I can speak English or Afrikaans. Okay. Okay. That's nice. Cool. I'm going to count down. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and on 1 I'm going to take the picture. So on 1, have your eyes open. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Can I have one of just you as well in the middle? 1, 2, 3. Cool. Do you want one? William. And your name? Sisipo? Natasha? Domatolo. Cool. And? Dimpelo. Cool. Well, I'll send you the picture when it's done. Thank you very much. Have a good day. How many pictures do we have left? 3. That's good news. That means I can switch to Velvia again. How's this selfie cam? I can switch to Velvia again when we go to the Valley of Desolation in a little while. Because I want that landscape on Velvia. But with 3 pictures left, it means I can take it on portrait too. That's a municipal house. Make of its state what you will, I suppose. Oh, that's not a picture. What is it? No. It can just exist forever in video form. Morgen, morgen. miracle this GoPro is still recording. It's like 10 years old. Is it even recording?
I hope you enjoyed the second part of my little expedition out to Aberdeen. The wait for the slide film has turned out to not be worth it, unfortunately, which, trust me, is a lot more disappointing for me than it is for you. But I'm not angry at the lab for what went wrong, because, like I said, it's kind of bound to happen when you're shooting film. It had never happened to me before in that way, so it was past due, and I get to go back there at some point and remake the photographs that can be remade. The one specific one that I'm bummed out about is the picture of the three people standing with the kid who was on his way to school and the mom and dad on their way to work, because it was a really nice scene and the light was falling on them very nicely, and I doubt I could go back and recreate that in the same way. But the rest of the missing shots I can probably remake. And besides that, the pictures that I enjoyed the most, from the roll of portrait at least, were that one of the car in the person's yard that I invaded. I don't know, it speaks to me somehow. It feels sort of almost like those pictures one sees of the bouncer cars in America. There's that whole scene of people that have cars that can bounce. It makes me think of that, despite the fact that it's just permanently in that position because it's busted. And then also the portrait of Natasha, Sisipo and Ndomatolo. I enjoy that picture, just because of the interaction. I mean, I hope the funness of that interaction came across in a little bit of video, but besides that, I suppose it's up to you to decide which ones you like best, and part 3 shall come out at some point in the future. Cheers.